we're back to the Lump and Mimi show.
Boy. You mean the Mimi and Lump boy show.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. I hope you guys had a fantastic week. I damn sure had me one, and I got a new thing that I'm drinking on today, baby. Yeah.
That's it. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Ain't nothing much, sis. What's been going on? How's your week going? How's everything going?
I had a good week, brother. We had a good show last week. We talked about some good things.
Amazing.
And I woke up actually Monday and Tuesday to some emails, text messages, Facebook messages, all of the above from us in our talk about last week and the little incident that we had. I gave my opinion on the one video that I had saw, and then between Monday and Tuesday, I got about 5 to 6 different angles on that video. And I got to see some things that were good versus bad, versus some people told me some things, versus some people told me some untruths that was going on. But I got my own opinion, and I got to see with my own eyes. So, did you get? That's it. I'm ready. First of all, we're gonna go back to that black belt mentality. Sometimes, even when we black belts, we don't even hold ourselves to the same standards that we hold other people to.
Us totally agree.
I saw some things in that video, and let me just say it was back at the Ozark. Is that the
Ozark International, Ozark Nationals, one of them?
First of all, I want to say it was a nice turnout.
Very, very good.
I saw that in the background, and they had some good competition on both on Friday night and Saturday night. But that brawl, I think, when was that? That was Friday?
Friday night.
Friday night. The first angle I saw, I thought there was some late hits, and I don't want to be crazy I don't want to, and I couldn't really tell you kind of what started it, how it started. I just know that I saw a bunch of adult black belts kind of fighting each other with kids watching. That's what I saw. But I want to say that I'm not, again, going to release any names of my sources. But from what I understand, that some people were actually hurt by this physically and mentally. Just because they were put in a position that was unexpected. When things happen, to me, sometimes that tells you that there is some type of history, animosity, a bad blood, anger, any of all those negative type things. And when you have people that can dictate and call shots from outside of the ring, and they can get into other fighters' head, then that's always, well, not always, it can be a recipe for disaster. Okay. And from what I think and I understand, there were some things that were said on both sides. I'm going to say that. Some hotheads on both sides. That's a man's division, so men don't always think properly. Y'all got issues because y'all want to test y'all manhood against each other.
There's never no issues. We just love the fight. That's like putting two pit bulls in the ring.
Absolutely.
And I'm not speaking of male or female, but just two pit bulls in the ring, and they're going to fight,
Okay.
Not understanding that they're really going to kill in the ring each other.
They're going to piss on each other's territory.
No, they're going to bite till they can't bite no more.
Absolutely. But you got to put them to sleep because they tasted blood.
Yes.
Okay, got you.
To sleep after.
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am.
And here in Texas, we shoot them in the ass like horses.
Oh, Lord.
When you're lame and can't do much, we shoot you in the ass.
So you guys out there that's being pit bulls, that's not obeying the rules and regulations that's been given to you, you're going to get shot in the ass in the state of Texas, me say it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Texas, we have our own rules. Really, we don't, but we think we do.
But since before you go any further, I want to say this one thing to you because it's been on my chest all week.
Go ahead, brother. I'm listening.
I love you to death.
Right back at you.
I stick with you. You stick with me. But one thing I will not do is, no matter what, is allow you to get involved in a situation that doesn't have anything to do with you at the moment, nor something that you let build up years of frustration and you ready to release it
and explode. Understood.
Yes, I don't care if you're my sister and I love you. I wouldn't allow you to do that. And if
Absolutely.
you did it, it's not going to be you're adult, you're your own person. We're together.
Absolutely.
And, both of our daughters will be out there competing at one point. So it's the thought of my nieces will be out there, and if you do something like that, you will put them in harms and also my child out there that you'll be putting in harm, and this vice versa as well.
Absolutely.
On my end as well.
Absolutely, and I hope that goes for both of us. I'm never going to let you do anything like that knowingly. If it's something that sporadically happens and it's just something we're not sure of or we didn't realize was going to happen, then we're going to do it and take it one step at a time, like a 12-step program. We're going to fix it and try to get it over and done with. I do believe that when you have two adults in the ring, or let's say not two adults, when you have adult divisions in the ring, that the number one person that should have control of that ring is the center judge.
The who?
The center
I hope
judge.
I'm taking note to that shit.
The center judge.
She just said, and I totally 100% back her up, and I'm sure all you other people out there will back her up. The center judge has the 100% control of the ring.
Absolutely. And when I say
boss, he's the manager, he's the supervisor, he is the owner of the ring.
Absolutely. And we abide by his rules.
Yes, ma'am.
We abide by all the judge's rules as the law, but they have to have control, which means whatever happens, if it's not addressed immediately, then things can escalate. That being said, what happened in your situation? That being said, what happened last weekend situation? When I watched the video, that was the first thing, or let's say the second. I did notice all the brawling and the people that kind of got involved. But the second thing I noticed was that the center judge, who's a great judge, who has been around, a legend, I don't think that he maybe didn't know that it was going to escalate and get to that level.
No, I knew it was some bad blood already.
Right, and I was going to say that was my next statement, and I don't think that he knew that there was bad blood, animosity, any type of negative energy other than it being a competitive fight. And a close fight. I don't think that, but I still think that he should have been involved in a little bit more, and with all due respect, I love him as a judge, as a center, but I just think that it should have been a little bit more involved in the same situation with you, just having the judge or the centers themselves take control in a manner to put their foot down, whether it was penalizing you before, penalizing them, taking points away, however it was, but to gain control. And watching that and watching your fight and reminiscing on that, that's one thing that I'm definitely going to make sure whenever and however, no matter what circuit I'm judging on, I will definitely be in the center as far as to control the fighters. My two fighters that are in the ring that I'm judging, I will definitely have more control and focus on that. And I also want everybody to know I can handle my ring. And if I can't, you do and best believe that I will ask for help. But if I don't ask for it, please don't jump in my ring. Please do not.
Y'all understand that?
Do not.
And I also want you guys to understand, this is the Mimi's and Lump Show. This is the Mimi's and Lump Show. This is not the Breakfast Club. No, you cannot call in to this fucking show.
Absolutely.
No. This is not your show to come justify anything you've done wrong or to clear your name. You shouldn't have been in this situation. You wouldn't have to worry about that.
Absolutely.
That's that black belt mentality that everybody wants me to have. I want you guys to have the same.
Absolutely. Okay. You know, I thought about something over the week after I got some of the emails and calls and all the people that were reaching out to me. I thought about something, and this is going to start now for me. I want to start with a clean slate for everybody. I'm going to start carrying a bag around. There was more than one person that said that your belt should have been taken away from that mistake, that one time that you made that mistake. And I'm not saying you deserved it. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have seen any type of repercussions for what you went through.
But that shit hurts. To get my black belt taken? Like,
absolutely.
If anybody even knew the shit I went through to get mine,
absolutely,
I wouldn't get that up so easy.
Absolutely.
I give her karate first. You know?
Absolutely.
That's my mindset of, but I understand. Yeah.
I'm going to start taking belts.
A consequence.
I'm going to start taking belts. And this is me and my own opinion and my own feelings. But if I see, and black belt mentality can be on all realms. It doesn't have to be just in the ring. It can be outside the ring. It can be anywhere. We all do and make mistakes because we're humans. But that doesn't mean we need to be judged on that one mistake.
Or have to go backwards.
So everyone from this day forth, if I, myself personally, if I come up to you and I ask you, can I hold your belt or can I have your belt? I would like you to respectfully, because if you see me and you want mine, I will give it to you.
Respectfully.
And I want the opportunity to earn it back, just like I would give you the opportunity to earn it back. I don't think we say things and understand that the way we say it and the meaning that we say it is sometimes a lot harsher than what the penalty or what the
where did you learn that shit at?
In life. In life, brother.
Can you
in life.
That one more time?
I get judged a lot. I get judged a lot.
Gave me chills. Can you repeat that for them one more time to understand it? Please, sis. Please help these people. Help them.
I don't think sometimes that the penalty is worth what we've done, especially if it was, let's say, your first time, your first offender, or if you deserve that your actions weren't as extreme as that judgmental person is speaking of, or that person that has their skeletons and their secrets all hidden, but yours were somewhat put on the stage and the platform so everybody in the world could see it. It's out there in internet land right now, but not all or not everyone has their business and their mistakes and their negative reaction to things out there in internet world. So again, I would like to say for me and for every other black belt that I respect and that respect me, that if you see me or I see you doing something in a manner that you believe, and this goes for that individual person, because again, black belt excellence and black belt mentality, yes, we were all raised in the martial arts, so we have an idea of what that means, but then we all think and see things differently. Perception is everything. So if I perceive or I see, I'm not going to be rude, I'm not going to be disrespectful, and I'm not going to do it in a way to where I'm trying to embarrass you or blast you, but I will ask for your black belt. And I also will give you the chance to earn it and to get it back. It's not something that I want to keep and to have or collect. What I want is for us all to hold each other to the same standards, to the same, and that's black belt excellence. And if you make a mistake or I give you an opportunity and I don't ask you for your belt, that means because I know who you are. I didn't judge you on that one time. I just know that, like I say sometimes, brother, we all have a brain fart.
We do. I have a lot of them.
I definitely have a lot of them. But I don't judge other people.
Oh, no.
And what I do when I have my own brain farts is I use it to learn experiences, and I use it to gauge on how I treat and act towards other people. Because, again, I'm not the only one that's doing this. I'm not the only one that's making these mistakes. What do you think?
I heard that. Y'all heard that clearly. Oh, my God. I love it. I love it. So that was to give y'all guys, one more piece to go to last weekend's incident.
Yes, sir. I'm listening.
One of the coaches was attacked by a fighter. One of the coaches was attacked by a fighter. I'm not putting your name out there, but I'm very disappointed in you.
Absolutely.
Because you're a promoter. And we are also the same fucking skin color.
Absolutely.
That's embarrassing. I understand that you wanted to be there for your teammate.
Absolutely.
There's certain things that you just are not allowed to do. You just really think about basketball, NBA players, NFL players.
You leave the bench, you get fined.
You can't go attack anybody and not get in trouble for it. Your whole team should have been disqualified. Y'all should have won nothing.
I agree. I agree.
And this is what I say when we're not going back to Super Grand style, taking off everything. Fine your spectators for being on the floor if they don't supposed to. Promoters,
absolutely.
Fine your spectators for that. Fine them. They already paid $60 for a spectator pass. Fine their ass to sit down and watch like they're there to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Fighters going in the ring and don't supposed to be in there. Disqualify that team for that shit. Hey, it happens. But if we get away from what it was that kept us with the good sponsorships and everything, then we're not going to never get that back, and some of these kids are not going to never enjoy or understand some of the things that we were blessed to have at one point.
Absolutely.
Right now we're blessed with shit.
That's it.
Besides, everybody's being greedy and conniving with one another.
Absolutely.
That's all we got right now. So, like she said, she's going to start making a turn within herself. Hell, the other weekend, I was very, very calm coaching my kids. I didn't jump up and down. I know that I wanted the judges to feel like a threat because I know I'm one of those people that make those judges feel like a threat in there.
Absolutely.
If you're not doing your job, I'm one of those. So
absolutely.
And when she said it, I had to be like, you know what? I know I'm doing this, and I'm sure I have mine taken a few times. I'm sure I'm going to earn it back a few times.
Absolutely.
But that's just me learning.
Absolutely.
I only want to be judged when God tells me that this is my time to be judged.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you guys are more than welcome to have y'all opinions once again.
Absolutely.
It's like
Absolutely.
Everybody got one.
Absolutely. But everybody's don't smell the same.
Not like yours.
Oh, beautiful. Smell like roses. You so
roses.
silly.
Ooh, smell like doo-doo from last week. Ooh, yeah.
You retarded. Don't laugh at him, guys. Don't laugh at him because he's not funny. He's just funny looking.
Sis, moving forward.
I want to say that as far as you saying about the spectators or the coaches or the referee, or not referees, the teammates coming into the ring, I think that rule should be changed. Because the coach, I respect him at all levels. I have always competed with a lot of coaches and a lot of fighters.
That's the reason why I didn't get kicked out of one of the tournaments before.
See, ghetto. No, I'm just playing. That's why I respect him, because there's always been a truthful place, a straightforward place. And at any time when I saw this coach come into the ring, it wasn't at all to attack. So for him to be attacked or something negative brought to him was totally disrespectful.
Very, very disrespectful.
I hold my coaches and my instructors and the people dear to me as a parent. And I mean, I would try and protect them at all levels. Anyone that enters the ring that's a coach, I would hope that they're entering it to stop, to break it up, to help diffuse the situation.
Yes,
now, when that teammate jumped in, I can understand his focus or his mentality, but black belt mentality says you need to pay more attention, because this coach, this instructor, this parent, if you want to say, has never done anything for you to think that this was about to happen. Now, if I would have had to say something about another parent or another spectator or another student, then that's totally different. I think that when we step in the ring, we have to use our black belt mentality. And when I say black belt, when the negative situation happens, we cannot reinforce it with negativity.
Because that's what underbelts will do.
Hey, that's what people with no self-control.
Yes, ma'am.
That's for people that don't deserve a second chance.
Yes, ma'am.
I know that now when certain things happen and I know or feel that I'm either going to be triggered or I may lose control, that's when I take a step back. It's not a step back to think and plot and plan on how to react. It's a step back to see how I can control myself. And is this really worth it? Now, there have been times, even in the last few years, that I felt like I couldn't control myself. And instead of going in a negative physical manner, what I do is I sit down and then I reflect. How did I get here? How did I get to this point? Why is this happening? And what do I need to do to fix it?
There we go.
You have to self-reflect. Again, the things that happened last week was not black belt mentality, but to make it let's say to put it in the spotlight and to make it more and to add on, to reinforce it with negativity.
Yes.
That's what made that situation get worse.
Yes.
Nobody there, and I think it was because you guys didn't have any women around. You know, women are smarter than men. If you would have had a real straightforward, down to earth black belt female, then I think that would have been under control a little bit more. And that's just me, because I'm a feminist. I'm pro woman.
Well, we had a female reach out to one of the competitors.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. And what was that about? I didn't hear about that one. I didn't get a message about that one.
It seemed like it was a little bit of frustration from years ago.
Okay.
An incident happened at Jam Mall, and I guess this person didn't get over it, but the two competitors that the incident happened between.
So when you say this person couldn't get over it, was it a coach or a teammate?
It's a instructor, a parent,
okay,
a coach,
okay.
But to read the comment seemed like it was something bothering and triggering this person from years ago. So,
are you trying to tell me that being petty is not black belt excellence either?
Hell no, being petty is not black belt excellence at all.
Being revengeful?
Definitely not.
Vindictive?
Definitely not.
Petty. Petty, petty, petty.
And my thing is, we all have lost someone to this freaking COVID.
Absolutely.
Someone, close friend, family member. I don't see how you can even let something bother and frustrate you for years of build-up. And I don't know if this is what women do, or
we can. Yeah. We can, because I have held grudges. Even in my younger competitive years, when I used to lose, I would want to follow that person around and try to get that win back. So yes, we can be in that manner, but there's a way to do things. Depending on, and I'm not sure what you're talking about or how you're talking about it or the situation, but women, speaking of all women, races, ages, we don't forget. We may forgive, and I'm saying most of us. I'm not saying we're all the same.
Help me understand.
But I know that I don't forget things, and that goes back to your habits. This may be that one time that I see it, but I definitely will pay attention to it the next time. And then I will look for characteristics. I would look for other pettiness. I would look for other things that shows or tells me who that person is. And if that's just a one-time thing, or is it their mannerisms? Is it their characteristics? Is that truly how they are? That's to me, not judgment. That's me trying to pay attention and remember and use the history to make sense of things.
Yeah, because you're trying to remove all the negative things from up out of this.
Absolutely. If you're negative in my life right now, my brother tell you have been scratched, blocked, deleted, and removed.
Quickly,
without a second thought.
That's it for that. We're not going to talk about Ozark Nationals 2021.
Absolutely.
We're going to talk about what he's talking about for 2022. If you guys don't know anything about that, we don't give a damn what y'all talking about after this. That is the end of it.
Absolutely.
We don't want to draw no negativity, nor we're not trying to pump none of you guys up to get any one another. None of that shit. We're trying to nail it in the coffin. Also
Absolutely.
Trying to use it as an example of what we're trying to fix our martial arts to be like.
Absolutely. So on a more positive note for karate.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the Olympics.
Wait. I got to tell you though.
What's up?
Travis, Carlos, Chris Walker.
Oh, wow.
I apologize to you three. I've been missing y'all fucking show for the longest, but I tell you what, I listened to the last.
You guys are hilarious.
Y'all are hilarious.
And Los.
I thought we was a fools.
Los.
Y'all are some fools.
Los, I like that you give your raw emotions and feelings without a without a second doubt. My brother, okay, I know the love and the loyalty where it lies, without a doubt. But in some way, shape, form, or fashion, I personally would try to be neutral and political. I would like to. That's my hope. But my brother Los said, "Hell no." And when he said, "Are you sure?" Did I stutter? Basically, is what he said. And me and Seawalk co-signed it. Oh, no, me neither. I don't want to know. I ain't going.
Oh, yeah. So, Trav, you know what part we're talking about? We're talking about when you asked him, did they want to talk about the Kev Walker and the Bryan fight?
Absolutely. And I didn't see it.
Me neither.
But after hearing Carlos and Seawalk, I don't want to see it.
I don't want to see it either. I wouldn't even want to discuss it.
I don't want to. He's like, Trav say, you want to discuss it, Carlos? Not really.
You sure?
You sure? Yeah. What about you, Chris? Nah, me neither. Moving on.
Shots fired.
Shots fired. That's it. But I like it. You guys stay raw, stay good, just like we are. And then that's how we're going to all blow up.
Yeah, I'm telling you, for real. But I tell you guys should hear it. Because Travis, I never seen express himself like that.
Yes.
A situation with Simone Biles, just
absolutely
the top of the top. The way he expressed and the way he let everybody be known that it's not even a black or white thing.
Absolutely not.
Because I know my brother don't have no racist bones in his body. That man went to school up there with the white folks, so I know he
has no racist
bones.
That's it.
He expressed a topic, a situation that bothered him, and I know for him to express that, it really bothered him.
Absolutely.
You guys have to just black belt mentality.
That's it.
If we're not being positive to these younger folks or these underbelts.
And to their own mental health. We have to remember we get hit in the head on a regular basis. So we got you can almost use some of us as crash test dummies.
Yes, really, for real.
So that black belt mentality also needs to come from that village and that tribe that's around us to help, not with negativity, but with positive reinforcements. Positive, however that comes. Positivity is what's going to bring us up.
We talk about mental.
Okay.
Mental health. Mental depression.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to give me your input on that. You guys, I need you guys to take this shit serious. I know we've been goofing and laughing, but right now, because you guys didn't understand Simone Biles was at a mental stage.
That's it. Everybody handles things differently. And when I say things, those things normally are negative things. When you have some type of mental break or depression or what is it, the PSTD type thing. Yes. When you have something like that, it's normally negative. And it causes your body to react in a manner that mentally you can't control. Physically, you may be able to, depending on what it is you're trying to do, but you may have a lot of problems trying to get everything to be balanced. I mean, us black belts, we should know that everything comes with good balance, foundation, and structure. Woo. And sometimes when that doesn't all meet each other in the same way on that positive level, then that's where that mental break comes. And sometimes it can be mental, it can be emotionally, it can be spiritually. I have had certain things in my life that I thought was going to drive me crazy or was going to cause me to react in a way that I couldn't control myself. And sometimes it wasn't to the extreme of some other people. But I know when I was married and I had certain situations that went on at home and I didn't leave home on a positive note, it was more on a negative note. I went to the tournament whether I lost, whether I couldn't focus, or whether it took a longer time or a more extreme effort. What's that?
Asshole.
Yeah, I had an attitude.
You saw the attitude. You saw the whatever.
It was visible. You can read it. Very visible. You can read it. You can see it.
Yes.
I didn't know how to react or control it or even deal with it, let alone no one knew what I was going through. So when Simone Biles had her issue last week at the Olympics, I understood. I didn't know what she was going through at all. I only had to assume and guess, like the rest
of she wasn't mentally there.
Right. It was something like she said, it wasn't anything she was going through physically. It was just a mental break, and she had the twisties, and she wasn't herself. She identified with it. She felt like she wanted to step away so she could let her team do what they wanted to do and excel in any way that they could. What I found out later is that she lost an aunt, a family member that was close to her during the Olympics while she was in Tokyo.
No.
That was one of the reason why she felt like she wasn't mentally there. And I would have to assume that person, that family member, that aunt, that cousin, whoever it was that important to her, because it caused some mental stimulation to where it caused her not to be able to perform. Mm-hmm. And this is not someone at the first Olympics. This is not someone that is not used to pressure. Yes, she said she had the weight of the world on her shoulders, but I'm sure it wasn't the first time and she could handle it before. This time it was that different. She originally backed out of the Olympics. I think it was about the all-around, the vault, the balance beam, the floor exercise. There was about 4 divisions that she backed out of. But ultimately, last week, on the last day of gymnastics, she did the balance beam, and she won a bronze medal.
Big shout out to her.
Bronze medal.
If you know her, you make sure she listens to this. Simone Biles, you're a GOAT for real.
Absolutely. And that's the mental part. The mental part of her, not to they say you fall, but if you fall, you always should get up, and the next time you fall differently.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can control that and sometimes you can't. She fell on the biggest stage, on the biggest platform, but instead of staying down, she got up, and at any level, she said that bronze medal was the epic win for her. Just because
it's like her first gold medal win.
Absolutely, because she turned something negative and reinforced it with positive.
So was this after all the trash talk going on that she did?
Absolutely. Absolutely, it was after all of that.
So it's to let you guys know in the world that she still is a team player.
She is.
Represented USA and got on that podium.
Absolutely.
You guys were sitting there saying, "Wow, she did it."
That's it. She did it. By all means, by any means necessary. She got her mental psyche under control. She didn't let that negative situation trigger her even more in a negative manner. Whatever she did and however she did it, it got her to the level to where she was able to perform. And that performance got her satisfaction. And that word goes a long way too, because some of my fighters, they always say, Miss Regina, I didn't win. Are you satisfied with your performance? Because I am. If I'm not satisfied, you're going to know about it.
You will know.
That's very easy.
5 minutes after the fight.
Hey guys, I'm a very transparent person. And if you don't read it on my face, I'm going to tell you out of my mouth. And if you are winning, it's not always the best situation. Because sometimes when you win, you can be a bad winner.
Of course. I pulled a few slick ones in my
you and me both. So losing does teach you how to win. Yes, it does. Absolutely it does. It makes you grind. It makes you do all the things you need to do to prepare yourself to win. And she did that. She did that on a level or a platform that some of us will never see. And to me, she practiced black belt mentality without even being black belt, without even being in martial arts. She was in a competitive atmosphere, doing something. She had her passion, her love, her heart, everything she's put her entire life into.
Self-confidence didn't come from that, though.
Absolutely.
Like, you can do gymnastics. They're not going to teach you self-confidence. They're going to teach your ass how to flip.
Absolutely. Nobody can give you confidence. No one but you. All I can do is help you, build you, guide you, and give you the things that you need. But ultimately, it's up to you on how well you feel about yourself.
What they say, you can walk a zebra to the water. But
you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink.
Yeah, y'all know what I meant, the unicorn.
You silly, the unicorn. You silly.
But go ahead, sis. Go and tell us more about the Olympics. I know you got some interesting things on the Olympics.
Oh yes, brother. Where should I start? Let's start with karate first, because I think we had.
Actually, we can, because this week that just passed started us with
Mr. Torres, isn't it?
Yes, Ariel Torres.
That's it. He got bronze medal in the kata. He represented.
He looked amazing.
And I actually got a chance to read his story. I want to talk about his story.
Oh, go ahead, girl. You know you got the flow.
Absolutely, because I love any and everything that has to do with sports, competitive mindset, or any of it. It's just, I love it. And he is out there, the only one that I somewhat know. I don't think I have actually had the pleasure of meeting him in that manner. But I do know who he is, and he represented. We got a chance to see it.
Oh,
you and I, we watched it.
I called you in here to watch it.
I was in there doing meditation, guys, and my brother called me out of meditation to come see this.
Because you said he was coming on.
His kata, because I remember seeing the dates that he was supposed to be on. And I saw his form. I wasn't sure of the rules and the regulations to know that he.
2 other guys.
Right.
We saw, yeah.
Right. And I wasn't sure the round. I think I saw round 6, or I just wasn't sure. It's the first time I hadn't gotten all the rules together. But after he won, he did an interview, and he talked about what he had to do and what his family had to do to represent and to compete at tournaments. They did any and everything possible to get their son to karate tournaments. And when I say that what we call it in Texas, it's called panhandling.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I don't know what anybody else calls it across the country, or if it's the same definition or anything.
No, it's not soliciting.
It's not soliciting. It is absolutely a difference. And if you go out there and as a parent, because I think I am, and I think I will be in the future, if you are willing to do anything for your child or your children, I think that right there in general makes you a good parent.
That's right.
It's not all you need to be a good parent.
No.
But I think that, and I've seen a lot of that.
Covers a piece of the foundation.
It makes me, it shows me who's first. Because sometimes parents, even though they say that they're first, they're not first. They're just living through their children.
Us.
I've seen that on both sides. That comes from not learning that. It comes from just seeing it and witnessing it throughout my karate career. Dealing with certain people that are in it for their children versus in it for themselves. That's two different things. His family is an example of him or them being in it for him. They actually was able to raise a lot of money they were trying to focus on getting him, I think it was to one specific tournament, but what they did was able to buy a van or RV to where they started to drive him to all the tournaments.
Wow.
Just so he could compete. And I didn't know that he was actually a fighter. Also, no. I did not know that.
The man is a martial artist.
Absolutely. That's true. True martial artist, meaning you not necessarily win at both, but you compete at both, and they're both balanced, meaning you excel at both.
Like how all of us do when we start martial arts, we don't have no choice but to do that.
Absolutely.
Tournament and fight.
Because when you start martial artists, your instructor, which is your parent, is going to make you and lead you. If you have one that's not from a Jack in the Box vending machine, you have good structure, good foundation, then yes, they are going to make sure that you do everything on a balanced and even level. And that's what he did. And that's what was surprising. And that he said that he would give up everything or give everything that he had just received, the medal, all that he was talking about, the clothes and the Ralph Lauren, the Nike, because they're sponsors of the Olympics, that he would give it all to his parents just because of what they did for him, and that medal was more of theirs than his. And I thought, wow. Now that,
damn,
no matter what that man does in his future negatively, and this is my own thought, I don't, again, know him personally like some of you guys out there in karate world and karate land do. But what I'm saying is what he's done throughout me knowing him, and even now what he's done in the Olympics and the story he told, nothing tells me that if he was to make a mistake in somewhat of what we've been talking about, that person or that gentleman should be judged on it. What it tells me is he's a good person. He's a good man. He is of black belt mentality and black belt excellence, and that he had a brain fart.
Damn. Big shout out to Mr. Torres.
That's it, brother.
That's pretty exciting, because
all I ask is, can I just take a picture with you?
Yeah, I tell you that much, and then
I just want to take a picture.
You want to give that back to the main people that got you to where you at. That's just big ups, because I think a lot of us forget the appreciation that we're supposed to show as black belts to the people that got us to where we are.
Absolutely. And then to give that, that's a, how do I want to say it? That is a very spiritual connection and admission that he made. I mean, I've done some things to make sure that I made it to tournaments, and my parents went through having dinners or selling dinners when I was younger, first starting out in karate. But to actually say that and again, you said it when you said it's not going out to solicit. It's not going out to beg. No. It's not doing anything negative. What it is you want your children to succeed. You want your children to have everything that they have earned, that they deserve, and also that you didn't have. And for him to go out and be vulnerable enough to tell that story on that world level, I mean, he just has all my respect, all of it. And I just hope that one day he could teach me a form so I could go out and do forms like him.
That is Coach G form, though. I'm telling you that now.
I don't know. He does it a lot better than Coach G.
Nah, Coach G got it from Mr. Weston.
Oh.
Don't nobody do that shit better than Mr. Weston.
Well, I know I saw on Facebook that somebody said that they want to see Mr. Castro up there, and I agree.
Well, you know what? I would love to see Mr. Castro up there, but I damn sure would love to see Mr. Weston back out here competing one more time in the Olympics.
Absolutely. I wish they had...
that would be amazing. That would be...
all of them.
Mr. Butch.
Togasala.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, Butch.
They will get Mr. Gary Lee ass up there to go compete one more time.
No, too. Gary can't do it. He's not ready. He's not prepared. He can send his son as his replacement. He's been working hard.
He has been working hard.
He has.
Tell you what, Coach G's trying to get there too. And Coach G, I believe in a few more years you're going to be in the Olympics.
Absolutely. It's coming in 3, we're not waiting until 4 this year.
Oh, yeah, you told me 2028 what?
Well, 2028 is when they said that it was coming to the States.
It's going to be in the States.
2024, I believe it's in Paris.
By then, we'll be the presidents of that shit. So
that's it. Walk on, guys. You better do it. Yeah. Get it in while you fit it in, because
we are going to be recruiting and taking you guys out there.
Absolutely.
Tell me about that in the damn Olympics.
There was a lot of good action. Let's start with the women's basketball one.
Hey, big shout out. Those some real hoopers though.
Absolutely.
I saw the names on the back of those jerseys and I said,
absolutely. You got Taurasi, you got a whole bunch of baby. You got Brittany out there, she was doing it. You got Asia Wilson out there averaging a double-double. It was just good. It was good to see. You got Ating Mu. She's from New Jersey. She won, and I'm really excited about this because I didn't know how close this was to home until I started watching her and her excel throughout the heats.
Give it to me. Let me hear it.
She's from New Jersey. I want to say Camden, or what is it?
I don't know, but we got some people up in the Jersey.
Absolutely. All I got to do is call my homies. They gonna find it for me.
We got some people in the Jersey.
She actually runs track at A&M.
At where?
A&M, Texas, A&M, and she's a freshman. She's only 19.
19.
And she won the 800-meter race for the women the first time in like 53 years.
Now, what's the 800? Break 800 down.
You go around there twice.
Around the
whole track. One time around is 400. The second time around is 8.
Wow. So she did 2 laps.
And she beat them and burnt them the whole time around. And she won.
Records?
That one was the 53-year-old record. And then I also believe she was the youngest one to ever do it in that division.
Crazy. What's her name?
Ating, Athingmu.
Ating Mu. Good job. We're giving you a shout out to Ating Mu.
And she was also the anchor to run on the 4x4, which means she ran with Allison Felix.
Okay.
She ran with Dala Muhammad.
Okay.
She ran with Sydney McLaughlin.
Oh.
I think I said or pronounced her name correct. And all of those women were gold medalists. Of course, Allison, she broke the record. She beat Carl Lewis. Carl Lewis is from Houston.
Hey, now.
I remember him.
Team back in the game.
Absolutely, in the 80s. Yes, the 80s and the early, 92-ish Olympics.
Yeah.
He 88 and 92. He had like 9 medals. She won 2 this year, so she went over him. She's at 11.
Hey, now.
The most winning is a female. The most winningest track and field ever is a female, Allison Felix.
Good job.
And this is her last Olympics, and she's a mommy. She's 35 years old with a mommy.
Oh, this was the one that I saw run against Mr. Richardson. See, you hear that, Miss Richardson? That's why you know it's going to be your time.
That's
it. Your last one. This is your goal.
That's it.
It. Y'all better get ready for that ass because she's coming.
The Olympic men, they were embarrassed in the 4x100
because them damn Jamaicans.
We don't have any sprinters. Us, the U.S. I'm referring to us. They made a point, and I was listening to the commentators, and I was listening to. I follow a lot of sports. I do, guys. I follow a lot. I was following some pages on Facebook, track and field, USA Olympic team, things like that. And they were saying, and I didn't know this, that other countries with their relay teams, they practice, live, and train together, just like we do as far as teams. And if we're on a team, our SES, our GOP team, yes, we all lived all over the country, but we trained together, we traveled together. And when there were teams, I'm sorry?
That chemistry.
Absolutely. That's it.
That's some deep chemistry right
there. That
bond, that trust, that I believe in you.
That's it. And that I know you. I don't mind fighting with, and I'm going to say women or men if I'm on a team fight and there's a mixed team or if it's all women. I don't mind fighting with you as long as I know you. And when I say I know you, that doesn't mean I've had to fight with you before, but I've seen you. I have an idea of us being a match, compatible, the vibe. Though the men's team in the 4x100 had no vibe. They looked awkward. They looked like they didn't belong together. It was the worst that they've done in Olympic history almost. From what I can remember watching it with my daddy when I was little. I can remember watching the first Olympics in, what was that, like 84. I've never seen them run like that. They got 6 out of 7 or 8.
6 out of 7 or 8.
And then wait,
you should have got 8. You'd have been the person that lost 4 times and go home.
And then this is having a brain fart on that national stage, your interview, and I can't tell you which person said it.
She ain't gonna tell you she knew.
Yeah, I do know, but I don't want to tell you. Go watch the interview. It's on there. This man is frustrated and upset about how they themselves as a team performed. And as he was being asked questions, his response was, man, I don't know what happened. This is some bullshit.
No. Wait. Did he shoot at his teammates? Hold on.
Well, yeah, he didn't say bullshit. He didn't say bullshit. He said BS because it was national TV and he probably would have got a fine. But his response.
Slap his ass.
That's what I wanted to do. And I thought he threw him under the bus. Because again, if I'm willing to run with you, so when he was selected, he knew who he was running with. Whether it was yesterday, whether it was 10 minutes before, whether it was 2 hours before, you still knew who you were running with. Mm-hmm. And he didn't make it sound like it was a team loss.
He done his job and the rest didn't.
No, but they all didn't do their jobs. That's my point.
Exactly, because if the first leg got burnt, that means all the rest of the legs gonna get burnt. You know,
absolutely. And the funny part is, they weren't out of it until I want to say the third and the fourth. The third anchor. I'm sorry, the third runner and the anchor. Those were the two that kind of got swallowed up. They were there.
They probably had that frustration look on their face as they watching everybody else pass.
They looked like they were like stage fright. They were also young. They looked like they were constipated and had literally shit on their minds.
Oh Lord, shit on their minds.
They were beat by the Japanese.
The Japs came through.
I didn't know the Japanese could run as fast because they made it in a lot of stuff. I think after this pandemic,
can fly.
Oh, after this pandemic, everybody moving, flying. They getting
it.
What
that Jamaica squad look like?
They actually won it. You know, of course, the men. They are the fastest. Ladies, they got the fastest woman and the fastest man.
That lady with the green hair.
You're talking about Shelly Ann?
I can't wait for Miss Richardson to line up next to her ass.
Actually, she's on the. I'm not sure of it. She is not. She kind of left it open ended as far as if she will be in the next Olympics, but she is taking time off because she has a new son. She has a son.
Congratulations.
Not new. Let's say he's like 1 or 2, but he's still a baby. And when she did her last interview, she actually ran against Allison Felix in the what did she get bronze in? She got bronze in the 400 meter, and she actually beat out Shelly Ann Fraser. I think McPherson. She won. The lady that won the 200 also won the 100 is from Jamaica. There's only been 2 track and field members to ever win the 100, 200, one Olympics, and also do it a second time, the 100 and 200. Wow. And Usain Bolt is the other. And I want to say Elaine Thompson, something is her name.
That's like you and I winning Super Grands 4
Absolutely.
times.
Absolutely. We're the only
Jeff
people.
Doss, you too. We forget about your sushi.
You're the man fighter. I'm the woman fighter. And Jeff Doss is the overall forms competitor. There he is.
He, you know, I ain't going to hate on him, but he got a little lucky because my man Gandhi Lewis went in the fucking.
Well, we're going to stick him in the middle and we're going to make him an Oreo. How about that?
That'd be good.
Absolutely. He cool with it.
Give a good tournament.
Absolutely.
Good money.
Sushi is good people. That's my brother too. No worries.
Anything else about it? Is the swimming over with? What's up?
Swimming, yes. I stopped watching it after my future husband.
Yo, what?
Future husband, little Snowflake. Snowflake.
Oh, Lord.
Caleb Dressel. He's back in Florida.
If he find out that you trying to marry him, he's going to get a restraining order.
No, I'm going to just tell him I'm going to marry him just in my mind. Just give me hope. Keep hope alive. Don't reinforce my positive with your negative.
So swimming is done?
Yes, sir. That is done. They've been doing the rhythmic synchronized swimming.
Oh, actually, you made me watch it.
Boy, I'm so glad you brought that up because I did want to talk. Whoa. There was a team, and I want to say it was either Japan
or China. It had to be.
They did a theme that was karate.
Oh my god! And it
was absolutely awesome, and I want to say they got silver or they got bronze. We kind of got sidetracked.
Oh, wow. I mean, the other teams had to really
Ukraine is good. Ukraine did one that was robotic. That was like, they were like RoboCops. It was nice.
Man, that shit, the way they held themselves upside down underwater.
That's it. I loved it.
And not holding it in a handstand.
I loved it.
Oh my god! I was like, what the hell?
And then to the way I could barely swim. You know that, brother. The way that they maneuvered through the water synchronized together. The balance, the structure, it was just beautiful. It was like, wow, I can't believe it. Real quick, you brought this up because I forgot to mention it. Did you know? I'm gonna name two different things. I'm gonna go back. One is track and field. Did you know Randall Cunningham, the football player, quarterback, has a daughter that jumped the high jump in the Olympics?
How'd she do?
When I first saw it, she was in the finals, but that was last night, and we didn't get a chance to finish it.
How many major NFL, NBA, NBL players do we have retired that has a child in the Olympics that you know of?
They mentioned a few. Let's see. Steven Adams, that used to be with OKC. I think he is with, who did he get traded to? He left, and he's in New Orleans. His sister won bronze in the shot put.
Big shout out.
Big shout out. I want to say that's what she did. Then I want to say that they said Bruce Springsteen. The singer.
The singer?
Yeah. Bruce Springsteen. I only know him just because he was popular. His daughter is, and I want to make sure I say it correctly, her name is Jennifer Springsteen. She is equestrian. She rides the horses and makes them
tap dance.
Well, hers, I didn't see her in the tap dance part, but she jumps over the they put on show. They're called show horses. Yes.
I know a little bit about it, so I'm trying to I've been looking for a stallion. And the commentator, Team USA in that specific division got silver, and they said with all of, and this is, I don't know if this was a fact or it was just an opinion or something they stated, but they said between the mother has done something too. Bruce Springsteen's wife has done something too as far as winning awards. So they have in their total house, they have Grammys, they have Oscars, they have Tonys, and now they have Olympic medals. Big shout out to that.
And she's only 26, 27, so she will be back.
Baby girl.
She was very good. She was on a team of, I want to say 4, and she was the only woman.
Yeah, I didn't catch up on that part of the Olympics, but hey.
Hey, I told you, I watch it and I listen, and when they start talking out, both ears are open. But it was good. There's a couple other people, and I'd have to think about it, and as they come up in my head.
How did that men's basketball team do?
They actually won gold last night or this morning.
This shit was a walkthrough for them. Yeah.
After they lost, they should have won. They lost to China, which was early in the tournament, but then that's who I believe they played last night for the gold medal, and they won. Doncic, he actually won bronze, I think, for Slovenia, and that was their first Olympic medal ever. I like him. They're about to give him a max deal in Dallas. They left. You have all the big heads in Dallas. You got Dirk, Mark Cuban, Jason Kidd is the new coach. You got Michael Finley. All of them flew over to Slovenia.
That's how Michael Finley, number 4?
Yes, he's in the back office for the Dallas Mavericks.
What?
He's like a GM, a general manager or something.
Lord, that's what I love him.
And so is Dirk. Dirk was put on there.
Dirk's going to take Mark Cuban's spot when he passes.
He probably will, because that's basically his team now. You're right.
I know it is.
You're right.
But he's done a lot for them.
They're about to offer him like $200 and something million in 5 years or something. He deserved it. He took his whole team on his back and took them to the Olympics and got them their bronze. They got a medal.
He got a medal. And took Dallas a lot of places. I tell you.
And if he's not done taking them places, because eventually he is going to get them to the title, and he is going to be the MVP of the league. He is too good not to, and he's only 22. He's very young. This is only like his third or fourth year. I think his rookie year was Dirk Nowitzki's last year. I remember them playing together.
So he got to learn from.
Yeah, he got 1 year in with Dirk, I believe, and Dirk's been out about 4 years now.
Big shout out to that right there.
Absolutely.
So. One more thing, Mimi. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No worries, brother. Go ahead.
I told people we was going to bring this up on the next show.
Okay.
Recruiting others' students.
Absolutely.
Where the fuck do they do that at? And how do they do it? And why go about doing it? And what's the reason of doing it? Help me understand a little bit. Well, people out here that I hear is out here recruiting.
Well, when you say recruit,
I will come to you. And I will talk to you about my school, and I want you to come over to my school, and this is how we're going to do it.
Well, no, that's the thing. When you say schools, I don't know personally, and maybe it is out there because I don't know. I don't know that people actually recruit to schools. I thought they recruit just to teams.
Oh, no. We have karate schools going to recruit students from other schools to come over to their school and teach as they learn.
Wait.
Yes.
I thought when you how is that possible?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you to help me.
Now that's a new one. Now, as far as from school to school,
that's a slap in the face.
That's different. I thought when people changed or switched schools, it was because of life reasons. Your parents moved, or the karate school closed. You need a new school. I didn't actually think and realize that people go to other people's school to recruit students. Now, team-wise, I get that, I see that, and I know that. Whether you're recruiting them because you think that they can help your team excel, or you're recruiting them because you think that, actually, to be honest, I think it's just you being selfish.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
And in some way, it's stealing.
And that's how I feel.
I don't mind borrowing, because sometimes when you don't have a full team, you borrow other team members, or you borrow other people to make a whole team, but that doesn't mean you keep them. They are just along for the ride. And when I say the ride, because you guys are trying to go and succeed, whether it's team fighting or whatever it is, you have a job at that moment, but then everybody goes their separate ways. When you say recruit means you're actually doing something that is maybe considered a little deceitful.
So let's say this. I'm gonna give you an example, because you come from a very, very good instructor. Your foundation is laid strong.
Absolutely.
I've been to your instructor school. I worked out with your instructor.
Absolutely.
I was pretty scared of for a round. So I thought he was going to go, but he didn't. He worked with me. And you go to an event, and let's say Billy Badass comes over.
Okay.
And he's talking to you about you coming over to his school teaching.
Okay.
And pretty much working at his school and not at your instructor school.
Okay. What am I going there to work with, or for, or why?
To help the new kids learn, and also pretty much be like a pre-coach. If I don't. And
this is for fighting only, or is it for curriculum?
Curriculum.
Oh.
So I don't have a black belt, and I'm going to come over and help you with your curriculum as you do what you do. No,
I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't either.
And I'm saying I wouldn't do it because, number one, if you came in and you got me from my instructor school, then I know and teach his curriculum. So I would dare not go and share and teach my instructor's curriculum at another school unless he was okay with it, or it was something to where it was an agreement. And again, this goes to my loyalty lies with my instructor. He's my father. He's my parent. He is the person that has given me my karate life. My first breath of karate, as in your person or your parent giving birth. My first breath of karate, walking into the karate school without knowing anything about it. And he'll tell you the first time Regina walked into my school, I asked her, what does she want to learn? And she said, I want to jump off the roof like ninjas. I did. I want to disappear like a ninja, like I see on Karate Kid or on Kung Fu movies with Bruce Lee. I would dare not take his curriculum, his foundation, his heart, his soul, and give it to someone else for whatever reasons if he wasn't on board with it.
And which I'm sure the instructor's not on board with it.
And if he and I had a situation to where that ever came up, my loyalty, no matter how it worked out, if there was a disagreement, if there was a misunderstanding, my loyalty still would lie with my instructor, to where I would try and fix that. That other person, even, and I tell people now, I'm a single parent now, and school, business, and my girls. Those are the three things that are going on in my life right now. And when I say business, business is part-time karate. Karate as it works out for my schedule. I would not let business interfere with my loyalty, because then also you are playing with fire. I always tell everybody the same thing. And when I say the same thing, any relationship that I start with anybody starts out as business first, because you're hiring me to do one thing and I work for you to do and show you that this is what you asked for and this is what you got, win, lose, or draw. I wouldn't necessarily want to cross those two things. And again, my instructor is not just my instructor. He is my father. He is my foundation. So anything and anybody that comes in and tries to interfere with that has to go.
It has to go.
They have to. I don't want any type of problems like that.
Me neither.
He's the only father I got left after losing my daddy. So no.
I tell you, I totally agree. I had a few people that wanted to give me an honorable black belt.
Oh yes.
A few years ago, and I kind of laughed at them like, it's no damn way I'll take any black belt from anybody outside of my instructor.
Absolutely.
Because of what he bred it into me to be like, with his roots.
Absolutely.
His foundation that he came from, and my loyalty lies with him.
Absolutely. And he's not judging you. He just knows what he's given you and produced. And he can look at you from when you started till now and give you a better insight and perception. Ooh. If you deserve what you're trying to go for.
That's deep.
Absolutely. Can be.
Wait a minute. That was deep.
That's not judgment. That's called knowing your history, knowing where you came from.
That's deep.
It has to be where you came from.
Wow.
I don't judge people on their total and first action. I try not to. Let's not say I don't, because I still have I'm still a work in progress, guys, myself. But as far as the things that have happened in the past, and I'm not saying I hold on to it. What I do is I use it as information. I go back and I reflect. It's like when you lose a fight, you go back and watch the video. When something happens, you go back. Again, the one thing I learned about my own self-awareness is making sure I understand that I can and will be triggered. And when I get a trigger, that trigger, my black belt mentality says you need to have a plan. Just like when you're fighting out there in the ring, have a plan, a reaction, and make sure you come out in a positive manner on the outside, on the upside, on the other side, however you want to see it. Make sure you come out positively.
I heard that. I heard that in there from her. So, anything else you want to ask us before I ask you for your quote of the week?
Oh, there's a lot of stuff I want to add, but I know we already at an hour. Yeah. We're going to talk about going a little longer.
Yeah, we're going to definitely, maybe if you guys start reaching out to our damn producer
Absolutely.
about getting us another day of the week before we put that with a school day.
Absolutely.
You guys better come on with it. All right?
That's it. We're getting ready to start school in a couple weeks.
Yes, and this will be the ending semester for the junior college for us.
Yes, we're going to graduate.
Left for the junior college for us.
We're going to graduate in December and then ready to start again in January.
All my black belt people, I expect to see y'all last year because I did it.
That's y'all. It. We're going live on that one.
My Denver people, I expect to see y'all last year because y'all the reason why I did it. Y'all the reason why I did it. Looking at y'all.
That's it.
2 years ago at a seminar. And
I did it because I promised my daddy.
Oh.
I did. It was like karate has always been so important in my life. And so everything karate. Even when I was in college for basketball, it wasn't really what I wanted to do. I did it because everybody told me I needed to go. It's free education. So I did it, but I half-assed. That's how I know I can do anything I want to when I put my mind to it. Because if I put my mind to it, I've succeeded. And if I said I want to do it, but I really didn't try as hard or didn't give that effort, it didn't come out the same way. And that was one of the things. I didn't want to go to school. So when I didn't go and I didn't finish and I had knee surgery, I was able to focus on karate and do it as I wanted to do it. Well, when my dad, after battle in 2019, that was my last tournament for a while because my dad, he was getting sick and going downhill. And one of the things we talked about before he passed was that I always said I would go back and finish my education. And it wasn't that I didn't want to. I just felt like I wasn't ready. It wasn't a priority. First it was karate. Then I was married. Then I was a parent. And then it was, I want to prove that I can be a good mother and put my kids first and my husband first at the time. And I just wanted to do a lot of other things. And it just, school kind of never was important enough to actually do. And when my daddy passed, it was like, yes, I lost my grandmother a few years before, but losing a parent is not anything that I've ever experienced before.
I can believe it.
It hit me in a different manner. It actually, I felt like it broke me. I felt empty without my daddy. Y'all excuse me for a second.
Oh, yeah. It's all right, sis. Take your time. It's all right.
He's
proud of you, girl. I know he is. He's proud of you.
That's all I want to do is make him proud. Because no matter what I did, he was always proud of me. I didn't see it in that manner. I just saw him let me be happy.
And just live life.
And so I've been depressed in my life before, but I thought that being depressed about my daddy was really going to send me somewhere that I was not going to be able to come back. Like I say, you fall but get up. I thought I would fall and that I wouldn't be able to get up. And I knew I had my girls and my family. And one of the things that I knew that I had to do was stay positive.
Yes.
And I learned that going to school. And then I thought, you know what, the best thing I can do to stay positive is to go to school. And the more and more I did it, it gave me more peace. Peace because I actually wanted to do it. And then peace because I knew my daddy would be happy. The better I do, the more I keep going, I keep trucking, whether I fall. Everybody, I told you I'm having a hard time in math. It just makes me feel better. So that negative of losing my father and not knowing what to do and how to do it, I didn't want to grieve. I actually am still grieving.
Oh, yeah.
I just didn't want it to be something negative to where I couldn't be in control. My daddy always taught us to be strong, independent women. And I feel like I am, but one of the things that he said, and I remember, and I can hear it echoing in my head right now, is don't always just think that you're physically strong. We taught you more than that. And leave your mark and stand on your feet, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. And anything that I do, as long as my girls are happy, I'm happy. I feel like my dad happy. My family and I have gotten closer together. My mother and I have built a better relationship and a better way of communicating.
Yes.
We listen to each other, and we're doing this in a manner to where we're compromising and we're not enforcing negativity with more negativity. So again, I'm just happy to be doing something positive. This show is great for my positivity. It gives me a chance to express myself, and it makes me feel good, just like school does. School makes me feel good, y'all. It really does. I enjoy it. I can't wait to do more. I can't wait to transfer to U of H next semester.
She already told y'all what school she's going.
I'm going. I want to go watch them play basketball.
They made it to the top 4 last one.
Absolutely. They lost to Baylor. And Baylor went on to win.
I'm going to catch her breath. I'm going to read my 2 quotes so she can catch.
Please do. I had a moment, guys. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Because we all have them. And the more people want to know who we are, the more they listen to the show and they understand how our life is and where we come from, really.
Absolutely.
You guys got a lot of foundation, but we've been through some shit.
Absolutely. And we don't judge you. We don't judge you.
We've been through the mud. We've been through some mud. Together, we've been through some mud without one another being around. But I tell you what, I'm very proud of her because I've been able to be here for quite some time and watch her transform into the woman that she is now.
It feels good.
It's nothing best but to see that, and I pray for more to come forward.
Absolutely.
And moving forward, because I don't want y'all to be over there crying like no little goddamn suckers today.
Absolutely.
Have a good week.
Absolutely.
First off, I always go get mine from Reverend. Serve Bagwell. And the first one is that we got. Woohoo! Yeah. People watch you surviving and wonder why you haven't lost your mind. Make sure you tell them Jesus. I'm going to say that again because I know that kind of confused y'all.
One word.
But I'll tell you what, it did confuse me as I look back at it. People watch you surviving and wonder why you haven't lost your mind. Meaning that they watching you barely make it and wondering why you haven't just failed.
One word.
Make sure you tell them. Oh, Jesus.
Jesus.
That's how you got it. Jesus.
Jesus is good.
Next one is, because this go along with that one right there. Rev know what he be doing, but Rev be putting it together for me.
Get it.
Stop trying to include everybody. Sometimes that blessing was just for you.
Hey.
Stop trying to include everybody. Sometimes that blessing was just for you. Because you got to think about, we include a lot of people in our blessings that didn't get on their knees and pray with us about that blessing.
You dragging them on your coattails.
Yeah. Woo! I ain't gonna get to preaching on y'all right now. I ain't gonna get to preaching on y'all. I'm gonna stop that right there. We don't have to go too far on that one right there.
Hey.
Go too far. I'm gonna shut that down.
Hey.
Talk to me, sis.
I got one, and this goes for everybody out there about the positivity that I was talking about and not reinforcing it with negativity. Today, you could be talking to someone who is trying their best not to fall apart.
Whew.
So whatever you do today, do it with kindness in your heart. Okay? I'm going to say it one more time. Today, you could be talking to someone who is trying their best not to fall apart. So whatever you do today, do it with kindness in your heart.
Y'all heard that. I hope you guys are still helping one another, helping somebody become better. Because that was a goal we set a long time ago when we first started doing the show. Reach each one, teach one, teach one, each one, teach one, reach one, however you want to put it. Teach one, help one, give it your best. I pray that you guys have a blessed week.
Have a good week, guys.
We're looking forward. We got a few tournaments probably coming up soon. Actually, we got one in a few weeks. We got one next week.
That's it. We got a lot coming up. Plus school starting. Everybody out there have a good year.
And we're going to have a conversation about them kids for school time. We're going to give you guys that right there. All right. Big shout out to our sponsorship.
That's it.
Mr. Martial Arts Internetwork.
Yes.
You know, if you guys want to have a stream at your tournament, a stream at your karate school, or you want to pay to come on the show, you're more than welcome.
Come on.
We do take that. We take it like that.
Absolutely.
All right. So you guys remember that. Big shout out to CTE. That's the Chris and Travis Entertainment. And
absolutely.
Y'all need to watch that show.
That's low show. That's low show.
Lowe's too, because lots of food on that damn thing.
Absolutely.
That much.
Absolutely.
Big shout out to the Inside Scoop with Jeff and Alex. You know.
Absolutely.
Big shout out to all our people, man. You know, make sure you guys listen to us. Who else you got?
So last week, I made a statement that I thought that Paul Mitchell picked up Alex Macias for his forms, but I was wrong and I was corrected, and they picked him up for his fighting. So, Alex, congratulations on that and my mistakes, brother.
No, they picked him up for being a martial artist.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure that we have said that on the show. He's a martial artist.
Absolutely.
That man competes in all divisions. That's how he ended up with the Triple Crown in all three. You mean he won first in all? So big shout out to that. It's a blessing to be able to even have Paul Mitchell still around, to be able to even look at the squad, because they've been around a long, long time. A long time. Even when my instructor was almost a kid, a long time like that.
Absolutely.
All right, so guys, big shout out. Y'all have a good week.
Good one.
Till the next time, this is the Lump and Mimi Show.
Wrong. You said it right the first time in the show earlier. You said it. You said this is Mimi Show. So next time, I must do the show without him, y'all.
Slap your head. All right, guys, have a good week. We out of here. Peace.